as we can, but today is the last day of the public consultation for the high-speed rail link between Birmingham and London. If High Speed 2 gets the go-ahead, journey times to London would be cut to just 50 minutes. There are concerns about the financial and environmental implications. People have been having their say on the case, for and against the £17 billion project since the end of February. With today being the last chance to have your say, BBC WM has been to Wolverhampton to ask, do we really need High Speed 2?
They want to upgrade the existing systems. I think the countryside is destroyed quite enough already with roads and railways and canals.
I don't know. Yes and no. Yes, we could do with it to link up with London and other places, but not so keen about it going through some of the green areas that it's going through.
Well, for me, it'd be really useful because it means we'll get to London just a little bit quicker.
I think we don't need it. I think the transport's quick enough to get to London, really, and it's a shame to carve up the countryside to save a few extra minutes.
I guess it would be useful for work and travel and getting around faster.
I think the trains you've got are more than adequate. Complete waste of money.
The pros and cons. How do you feel about High Speed 2? £17 billion the cost, journey times to London cut to just 50 minutes, jobs being created, thousands of jobs according to the Birmingham Chamber of Commerce. Councillor Angus Adams, who's the chairman of Centro, joining us. Also with us, West Midlands MEP Nikki Sinclaire, who's been campaigning against High Speed 2. Angus and Nikki, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks, Paul.
Angus, first of all, just explain to people listening why you're so pro HS2.
There's several reasons, Paul. The main reason is, and it's not going to be the cut in time from Birmingham to London, the West Coast Main Line is going to be full by, some say 2024, there are even some forecasts it's going to be full by 2018, which means there's going to be no room for local services, or there's going to be little room for local services. The train operating companies will run their premium services down that line, which will mean a cut in local services, which I'm totally against.
But you must be concerned, or you must have concerns environmentally, because it will cause problems on that score, won't it?
Absolutely. There are environmental concerns, but my belief is that HS2 are looking very closely at what they can do to mitigate concerns there are by tunnelling, by bunding, etc. And I think there's got to be concerns, but we need to sort of acknowledge those concerns, mitigate what we can, and move on.
Nikki Sinclaire, MEP for the West Midlands. Nikki, you are you're against it. I mean,
right.
Angus is saying that the rail line between London and Birmingham is going to be chock-a-block. We need the additional capacity.
Look, this is nothing but a vanity project that, is actually not going to deliver on the promises it's making. The money would be better spent, enhancing the West Coast Main Line, which would be available much sooner, within 5 years, and it would be less than half the cost of HS2. And then re-jobs, I'd actually like investment spent on skills training here in the West Midlands. Now, yes, it will create jobs, obviously, in the construction, but what you'll get here is actually people from around the UK and around from the European Union coming here, working for independent contractors at the base wage, and that will obviously have impact on local services, hospitals, schools, etc., therefore costing taxpayers more money. What we need here in Birmingham, and when it's actually developed, Birmingham and the West Midlands will just become a satellite of London.
So hang on, Nikki. You're saying that if it goes ahead, the work that will be carried out won't be carried out by British workers?
No, because under European Union law, it's open to any worker across the 500 million people in the European Union. That's European Union law.
Angus, do you want to come back on that or not?
No, the thing I want to dispute is the fact that upgrading the existing West Coast Main Line, that was done a few years ago. Original cost 1.2 billion, finished up as 7 billion. And huge disruption, absolutely enormous disruption, and I don't think that the British travelling public would be prepared to put up with that.
At the moment, we have a cost estimated here at 17 billion. That's the estimate at the moment. That could go up, couldn't it?
It could well go up.
Now, in the environment that we're in, can this country sustain a spend of 17 billion on this project at this moment in time?
There is 3 billion a year at the moment, Paul, going into Crossrail. When the Crossrail 1 project is finished, that money will transfer to HS2. It's not extra money, it's money the government are already spending. And believe you me, if we don't get high-speed rail, we will get Crossrail 2, Crossrail 3, and we'll get nothing coming north of London.
Nikki, last day of consultation today, so what's the plan from here on in?
Well, it's obviously we'd like a full public inquiry on this. You know, I think there was a Radio 4 programme on recently, you and yours, about this, and 99% of the people that emailed and called in were opposed to this project. You know, the scientists said that if they upgraded the West Coast Main Line, that would actually serve. And I'd actually point out to HS1, you know, we don't have to guess what might happen. We've actually got a physical, you know, line in the HS1 in Kent. And what has actually happened, and Roger Gell, the North Thanet MP, said this, all the local services have been downgraded to allow for this high speed, which will be the fares for this high speed one is actually astronomical, and I've been on it twice and missed my connection twice. And if you look at France, where they have the TGV, the high-speed TGV, it's absolutely a fantastic service. But you look at SNCF, the local service on SNCF, it's absolutely, the service is diabolical. And we don't need that here in West Midlands. We need skills training in the West Midlands, and we need to make people of the West Midlands more mobile. We do not need to become a suburb of London.
The last day of consultation today.